Hey guys, it's Rick from Roll with the Punches. As you can probably tell, I just finished teaching the beginning boxing class on stream right here on this channel. That happens every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're interested in burning some stress, learning how to box, it's a fun time. But I wanted to record this video because as part of the Roll with the Punches campaign journal that is free to download over at rollpunches.com, I made a character sheet in that, an RPG style character sheet that you can use in your real life. And I really like it because it allows you to track your progress over time, to see it in like a physical form. And it also helps with self-reflection, deciding what's important to you and what kind of things that you want to focus on. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I want to get right into it. Let's have a look. Okay, so like I said, this is available right now. You can go to rollpunches.com, download the free PDF. There's a printable one. There's a fillable PDF as well. You can get just the character sheet or you can get the full guide, but I'm just gonna go over the character sheet today. On this character sheet, you have your name, you have your XP. In my dealing with the fear of failure video, I talked about the XP a little bit, but the journal goes over it as well. Basically, for every minute that you spend doing something to improve your life, you get an experience point for it. And once you hit 1,000 of those, you start to level up. To go over the character sheet and some of the ideas behind it, you start out with your dream/goal. This can be a long-term thing. It could be more of a short-term thing. It could be a professional goal, a personal goal. This can change over time, but it's something that is important to you and that you want to try and work towards if it's a goal. And if it's a dream, then it's just the idea of something that makes you happy. And there's other sections in this where you can map out the steps to take to get that goal. But this should just get you thinking about what is it that you want to try to achieve, or what is your dream outcome or stage in life, and then what sort of skills can we build up in order to make that happen. The description, this is some of that self-reflection. How would you describe yourself? And this is whatever you want to write here. It could be positive, it could be negative. We tend to be harder on ourselves, which is why the next section exists. So you can kind of see that contrast. But another idea behind the character sheet is every 5 levels, you begin a new one, and you keep the old one around so that you can track how you feel differently about yourself over time, how your skills changed, just how you changed over that period of time, because we're always changing. We always are different people every day. So, but today, how would you describe yourself? And then next, how would someone else describe you? And again, this can tell you a lot about your own feelings of self-worth. If that's something that you need to work on, if you have a lot of negative things here, then you're probably not feeling great about yourself. So what are the things that you identify that you need to improve? And then what do you think other people see you as well? And then finally, how would you describe your ideal self? And then this is what we want to spend our efforts trying to get to. What would make you happy? Is that being fit or healthy? Is it learning a new skill? Making friends? Like, describe the ideal. Next section is skills. You can list as many as you want here, but you're listing skills that you want to improve. So this is a way to reflect and think, okay, these are the things that are important to me. These are the things that are going to further my goals, or these are the things that I love doing and I want to get better at. You're ranking yourself here between 1 and 10. 1 being you're just starting out, you're a novice, you're not very good. 10, you're getting close to that expert level, right? But there is no such thing as being perfect at something. Even if you rank yourself as a 10, it doesn't mean you can't continue to improve. But it's really cool to be able to have this at level 1 and change these numbers as you get to level 5, and then come back to it once you reach level 10 and look at that level 5 and see all these things that you've been able to improve. As you're just going through life and making these improvements, it's kind of like when you have a kid and you're with them every day, so you don't notice them growing as much as someone who sees them every couple months or a year. Like, they see the difference because they didn't live the change. So this is a good way to help you see that difference, help you see that growth. So skills here could be anything. It can be making friends, could be a skill. It could be cooking, boxing. This is an example one that's in the campaign guide in the journal. But you do whatever works for you. And then passions, again, these are not quite skills. This is for you to recognize what is important in your life. Okay, what sort of defines you in a way. It could be family, friends, it could be hobbies, it could be occupational things. And again, these are things that we can work to improve on. You're like, well, how do you improve family? You can find ways to be a better spouse, a better parent. Anything in our lives we can inform ourselves more on, we can practice. Like, there's nothing in your life that practicing wouldn't make it better, is the idea. So this is just another place to put those. Feats are a little more complicated, but they're things that define you that aren't necessarily going to change in rank. So for example, and I want you to think of them as not being positive or negative, but being both. So one of mine, for example, might be being autistic. That causes some difficulties in my life. I'm sensitive to sensory things like sight or sound, and that can be a problem. If I'm exposed to those things, I can get overloaded pretty easily. So I have to do a lot of maintenance on my mind and body in order to stay feeling kind of how I want to feel. But it also gives me benefits as well. I have a very easy time developing habits. Not every autistic is the same, but autistic people tend to like consistency and routine. So when I start working out every day, it is much harder for me to stop working out every day once I've started doing the thing than it is for me to continue to do it, right? And that's not the case for everyone. So it's something for me that is pluses and minuses. Similar with anxiety, it can cause a lot of stress and negative feelings, physical and mental, in my life, but it also has driven me to push past those fears and to do incredible things, and also to be able to find ways to deal with them to help other people maybe deal with them as well. The last one are the classes here. This one can be a little opaque or mysterious if you've never played role-playing games before, but up above it kind of describes what they are, and you're just ranking yourself in this with 1 being the one that you identify with the most, and 7 being the one that you identify with the least. And I give some examples here. For example, a fighter is usually an athletic type, but it can also represent someone who's disciplined, has a strong will, or stands up for their beliefs, right? So this is just another way to sort of try and figure out who you are as a person. What's important to you? How do you define yourself? Just as another example here, a wizard, an academic who values knowledge and understanding, usually a specialist, so if you focus on being good at one thing, this could fit you well. And these are just my ideas of what these represent, but if you think of other ones that work better for you, make this your own. The main ideas is to have the opportunity to be able to self-reflect, to really examine yourself, what's important to yourself, and then to be able to see that change and to have that focus so you know, okay, this is where I want to spend my effort, right? That's the general idea behind the Roll with the Punches character sheet. All right, so that is the Roll with the Punches character sheet. Like I said, if you want to grab that, the PDF is completely free. You head over to rollpunches.com and find the character sheet there. You can just download the character sheet section. You can download the entire campaign journal. There's instructions there. You can print it out. You can do a fillable PDF. Please let me know in the comments below what you think. If you have any ideas, this whole thing is still very much in alpha. It's not completely formed yet. So if you have some cool ideas that you think should be implemented in this, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribing for more mental health discussions, and also for boxing, fitness videos, streams. We're a total wellness channel here, so we try to make ourselves better in every way. Thanks for joining me. Get out there, roll with the punches. See ya.